are back. My next guest has appeared in such films as A Beautiful Mind and The Da Vinci Code. Well, starting January 23rd, you can see him in the new movie Inkheart. Please welcome Paul Bettany. Being here, Paul.
It's lovely to be here.
Always nice to have you on the show. And Inkheart, we'll show a clip in just a few minutes, but Inkheart, this is a kids' movie.
Yeah, it's a kids' movie, and it strikes me, it just struck me backstage. What time does this air?
12:35.
Yeah, right, so I'm trying to sell a kids' movie at 12:35, which is brilliant. There's going to be one drunk in Connecticut that's going to take their who's blushingly groping for something to watch.
Yes,
and we'll watch us.
We have more than one drunk watching in Connecticut. we have 7 now. Well, okay, let's talk about this, because you made a kids' movie. You have kids. You have 2 sons. Is that right?
Yeah, I have 2 sons. I did. I wanted to make a movie that didn't beat up parents.
Right.
You know, I wanted to make a movie for my kids, but I have been that parent in a darkened cinema watching Kangaroo Jack for the 5th time, wanting to headbutt a gun. You know, I'm like,
right. Oh, that's okay.
No, what?
No. They don't let you do that in Kangaroo Jack anymore. What are your? I'm just curious. What are your kids like? I mean, what are they into at this stage?
Both kids are really into astronomy at the moment. You know, they're
well, they sound like bright kids.
Yeah, they're bright kids, and you know, there's many. It's a privilege being a parent, as you know, and there's many beautiful moments as you're, bringing your children up. Seeing them born, seeing them take their first step, their first word, their first bike ride, and also the most moving so far has been when they discover the planet Uranus. You know, no, really, it's a beautiful moment as a father. You know, when they're like, Dad, the planet's called Uranus, and I'm like, I know, it's like a gift from God, and they're like, no. No, really, it's called Uranus.
They can never get past that.
They can never get past that.
Well, this is something I'm curious about. Your kids are in school in New York.
Yes.
Okay, but you, of course, grew up in England.
Yes, that's right.
And you went to the schools there. Yeah. There's a cultural difference, is there not, between the schools in England and the schools here?
Yeah, you get taught how to be bullied, essentially.
In England.
In England is really what it's about. And
it's all like that song, The Wall, right?
It's exactly like that.
How can you have any meat if you don't eat your pudding? You know, it's all that. It's that, right?
I was a bit frightened.
Sorry, I didn't mean to come at you.
You're tall. It was aggressive.
Carry pudding if you don't eat your meat!
Stop it!
You stop it. There'll be none of that language. Now you're definitely not getting any pudding. We don't need no swearing on TV.
It was just like that. And actually, I was so worried about it that I tried to teach my eldest how to punch the day before he went to school, and my wife...
Really? You wanted to prepare him for the bullying, so you taught him to punch?
That's right. So I taught him to punch, and my wife caught me, and she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, I'm teaching him how to punch. And she said, "Why?" And I went, "Because he's going to school."
Right.
You know, obviously. And she said, "Listen, I went to this school." She went to the same school. And I went there from 5 till I was 18. I never saw one fight. And I was sort of filled with relief, but also this sense of, well, what are they teaching my kid at this school?
Yeah. It's very different here.
If it's not about fear and violence, what is it you're all teaching?
We get that in marriage. That's later. What happens? I'm curious. Were any of your kids bullied at all?
Yeah, my 11-year-old did. He came to me at a horrible time, and he came home and he said, "Listen, there's a kid who's been really rough with me," and I was furious, and I drove him home, and the next day I stopped outside the school like, some weird stakeout. I said, "Point him out, which one? Which one did it to you?" And he was like, "Well, it was that one." And I said, "Which one?" And there's like, a million kids outside the front of the school, and I said, "Which one?" He went, "The one with the long hair." And I went, "Which one with the long hair?" And he went, "That one, the one with the cello." And I went, I went with the one with the cello. You're fine. Get out of the car. Get Get in there.
The kid with the cello is menacing. He's the class bully. That's
right.
terrific. That's great.
Cellists don't bully. You know what I mean?
No.
They just don't.
Now, I must ask you about your holidays, because I'm curious about something. The European tradition, the English tradition at Christmas, is it... I mean, do you make as big a deal about Christmas as we do?
Yes, we do, but Christmas, I'm a sort of Christmas fascist, really. I love Christmas, and I'm fanatical about it, because it kind of got ruined for me at an early stage. In England, we do things slightly different in that you know, the stocking, which is put by the fireplace here, I guess, is in England, you put it on the end of your kid's bed, which means that your parent has to be like a trained ninja to actually fill the stocking in and not wake you up.
Right.
Right, so I woke up at a very young, tender age expecting Santa Claus, and I looked, and that was my dad in a pair of, Y-front briefs. And I looked at him, he looked at me, and he went, ho, ho, ho. And that was...
Hey, at least he's trying. That's not good.
That was the end of that.
Okay, we have to get to this clip of Inkheart.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
point.
And
I think you're,
Yeah.
We got to entertain that drunk
fact.
man in Connecticut needs to see this clip. Fire juggling is in this. Is this your fire juggling? I believe in this clip. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. It's called poi. I think it was actually a weapon in New Zealand. It's two heavy objects on the end of chains, and you spin them around, and in this we set them alight. But it's a very painful process in that if they link, they carry on spinning, and then they smack you in the testicles.
Yes.
I mean, but every time.
I want to take it up immediately. It sounds good.
You learn very quickly.
All right, let's take a look at this clip from Inkheart.
It's a good story, I'll give you that. The silver tongues is a wonderful concept. I wish I'd thought of it, but it's too absurd to take seriously. I know my characters are so believable that they seem to leap off the page, but it's simply not possible to... Exactly as I imagined him.
That's very cool. You were really doing that. That was good. I'll give it up for you there. That was very good.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's not computers and everything? That's not you just standing there going like that and they added everything else?
Yes. No. It's actual. We learned to do it with fire, and then 2 days before, the insurance company said, "There's no way you're going to ignite Paul Bettany on camera." So they took away the flames at the last minute.
Come back here sometime and do it for real.
I will do it for real.
Because we don't have any. We have no insurance. We're exempt. Inkheart opens January 23rd. Go and see it. Paul, always a pleasure having you here on the show. Thanks so much. Paul Bettany, everybody. We'll be right back. Patty Loveless is here. Stick around.